Henry, look. I spent the happiest years of my life in this forge. It's such a shame to see the old place just left like that to... Henry! Stop that. Come on, we still have to go to the market.
Looking for something, lad?
I was just...
You won't find nothing here no more. Best move along.
Forgive me. It's just that... I remember this forge from my childhood. When I was a boy, my pa, Martin, brought me here.
Wait, Martin? My husband had an apprentice called Martin. That was your pa?
I'm not sure.
If you're saying he showed you this forge, I reckon he's the same Martin who used to apprentice here.
He was my stepfather, but he raised me as his own.
That doesn't surprise me. Even as a lad, I could tell his heart was in the right place. How's he doing?
Unfortunately, he died.
I'm sorry to hear that. My God, Martin's adult son? Time really does fly.
He told me back then he spent the best years of his life here.
Aye, aye. Those were good times, true enough. What's your name, lad?
Henry.
I'm Magdalena. It's a pleasure, Henry. Care to come inside for a chat? I've a fresh pot of soup on the stove if you're hungry.
I can't refuse an offer like that.
Glad to hear it. Come with me, then. I'm glad you like it.
Just like Ma used to make.
Back when your pa used to apprentice here, my Skodder's forge was the finest in Kuttenberg. Only then out of the blue he fell ill and I lost him. Everything's been downhill since then. His apprentices left and the blacksmiths' guild couldn't decide who to assign the forge to. Before they could make a decision, the forge's attic burnt down. I was visiting my sister in Visselkar at the time. She's with the Lord now too, poor thing. I was left here all alone, on jointure. This room is the only one that stayed unscathed for the most part.
How did your husband get ill?
Out of the blue. He started coughing, got weak, then lay down, and never got up again. It wasn't the plague, but something nasty nonetheless.
I'm sorry to hear that.
What can you do? Such is life, lad.
Did Martin really not want to take over his own forge?
He was just a lad at the time, and taking over a forge is no easy feat. The guild has its own rules and who to assign it to.
How did the forge's attic burn down?
How do you think? Someone set it ablaze. Hard to say if it was just some brats or those good-for-nothings from the hole. That's the watering hole next door. But it doesn't matter now. They never caught anyone. All that came of it is that nobody's wanted the forge for 20 years. But look at me rambling on. I'm sure you're not interested in the rantings of some old crone.
I am interested.
It's kind of you to say that. I keep trying to explain to the guild that it's not a lost cause. We just need someone who will bring this place back up. But it's like talking to a stone wall year after year. The guildmasters are too worried about their own business to listen to me. But I'm convinced if we were to find a talented blacksmith, the workshop could be as beautiful as a chapel, like when my old Skodder used to run it.
That sounds like a lot of work.
Aye, it wouldn't come free. Someone with a decent bit of coin would have to take care of it. How'd you make a living anyway, Henry?
I'm Lord Capon's adjutant.
Oh, that sounds fancy. You must make some decent money, eh? Forgive me for asking, but, might you be interested in this place?
I can get my hands on some coin. And you're right, Such a famous forge shouldn't be left to fall by the wayside.
If you were to take it over, that would be wonderful. Only you'll have to talk to the guild about it first. They make the rules. I reckon Master Bushek the Elder has the most common sense when it comes to this place. He might be able to help. He has an armourer's workshop in the town hall quarter. Hopefully he'll hear you out. But be warned. From what I know, the guild is careful not to let anyone that isn't from a blacksmithing family into their ranks. So don't mention Martin wasn't your birth father. It would only hurt your chances.
Thanks for the tip. I won't say a word. Thanks for the soup.
Good luck to you, Henry.
I'm interested in Master Skoda's old burnt-down forge. I spoke to his widow, Magdalena, about it.
For Christ's sake. She didn't pull you in off the street, did she? The mad old crone?
Well, more or less.
Old age must be sad. All I can tell you about the forge is the same thing I tell Magdalena when she bothers me about it. Even getting the building back into its original state would mean pouring a fortune into it.
I'd take care of the money.
Aye, but only a member of the Kuttenberg Blacksmiths Guild can work the trade around here. And you're not a member.
Could I join the guild?
It's not that simple. The guild is a private society made up of Kuttenberg burghers, and the other masters aren't too trusting when it comes to outsiders. So I reckon they won't be too keen on the idea.
How could I convince them?
That's hard to say. But maybe you'll make a good impression. But first, you'll be required to meet 3 conditions.
Which are?
First, you have to come from a respectable family. Second, you have to have blacksmithing experience. And third, you'll have to compete the guild trial. Tell me, blacksmith, what sort of family do you come from? And what's your work experience?
Not only do I come from a respectable family, but a blacksmith's family too. You probably knew my father.
Oh? Where would I know him from?
From here. His name was Martin, and he used to be old Skoda's apprentice.
Wait, Martin? Your pa is Frisky Martin?
Frisky?
Aye, of course, Frisky. We used to call him that because, well, that doesn't matter. How's he doing these days?
I'm afraid he's no longer with us. He was killed during the raid on Skalitz.
Christ. I'm very sorry to hear that. When I knew him, he seemed like a good bloke and quite a talented swordsmith. Some of the masters were good friends of his. They were the same age at that time. To tell you the truth, that will likely affect your chances as a contender. As Frisky's son, you'll have a great opportunity to make an impression. So you'd better make the most of it.
Well, as far as experience, I helped at my father's forge. We made a sword for Sir Radzig Cobbler of Dvorets together.
Kobila, eh? The royal hetman. Is there any way for you to prove it?
I have the sword here. Would you like to see it?
No need. I'll trust you. The royal hetman. Is there any way for you to prove it?
I'd be happy to get his word in writing, if need be.
No need. I'll trust you. But if the other masters happen to ask, be ready for anything. It seems answering questions about your family and experience won't give you trouble. Now for the most important part. Are you ready for the guild trial?
What does the guild trial involve?
The guild trial consists of a verbal exam and a practical exam. First, you'll have to answer a few tricky questions from my colleagues. And after that, you'll forge a sword to the best of your abilities right before their eyes. Of course, the trial comes at a small fee for each try. Well then, do you feel up to it?
Should we get going?
I believe it's high time. Don't even bother looking at that old clock of ours. It's been stuck for 30 years. It seems all the other masters are looking forward to what Frisky's son can do. You'd better make a good impression.
I'm ready. We can begin.
Honored friends, Masters of the Blacksmith's Guild, let me introduce the newest adept of the Master's Trial, Henry of Skalitz.
So, this is old Frisky's lad. I can hardly believe it.
Aber I do not see much of a resemblance.
Vielleicht ein wenig.
I do not see it.
Aye, aye. Frisky here, Frisky there. All that talk about not taking in outsiders, and now you've gone and flipped it all around. Martin was a good bloke and an excellent swordsmith. If Henry here is anything like him, he'd be a welcome addition to the guild.
Genau.
Look, I didn't know this Frisky fella of yours. I'm more interested to see what the lad can do than who his pa was.
We'll see what he can do shortly. Just to be clear, let me repeat what the trial entails. In the first part, the verbal examination, he will receive 3 questions. He must answer all 3 of them correctly in order to pass. If he makes a single mistake, this part of the exam is considered failed, and he won't get a chance to correct himself. After the verbal examination comes the practical one, where our adept skills will be tested.
And if he is successful, he'll become one of us.
Let's begin with the first part of the trial. Who would like to ask Henry the first question?
What's the final step before completing a piece?
Quenching the workpiece in a barrel.
That's correct.
Richtig.
Let's move on to the second.
I'd like to ask Henry if sparks while forging are a good or bad sign.
That depends. When you're hammering the piece, it's a good sign. But when you're heating it up, it's a bad one.
That's right.
I knew you wouldn't be fooled.
Last question.
Say, Heinrich, how can you tell you have made progress on your workpiece?
By the shape.
Correct.
Correct.
You answered all 3 questions correctly. Now, just to complete the practical exam, Henry, your task will be to forge a guild sword right in front of our eyes. Here's the design for it, as well as the materials. I'm sure you know what to do with them.
Viel Glück. Let's see what you can do, young Frisky. Let's see, then.
All done?
Let's see what you made. My! I don't think I've ever seen anything like it. Fantastic work, Henry. This sword is a piece of art. I'm glad you didn't disappoint. Honored friends, masters of the Blacksmith's Guild, Henry of Skalitz has successfully completed the trial. Let us head for the guild hall for the acceptance ceremony. After successfully fulfilling all requirements, I'm proud to announce our guild has grown by a new member. Approach Henry of Skalitz. Kneel. Swear for the first time on your honor and by God Almighty that you will defend the interests of the Blacksmiths Guild of Kuttenberg.
I swear.
Swear for the second time that you will protect all secrets entrusted to you by the Guild.
I swear.
And swear for the third time that you will always act honestly and God-fearingly to spread the esteem of our guild among the people.
I swear.
Now hang your guild sword next to those of the other masters. Welcome to the guild, Henry. It's now up to you to say a few words.
I'm following in my father's footsteps. Even as a lad, when I watched him by the forge, I wanted to be just like him. A real master blacksmith. Today, thanks to you, my dream has come true. And here in Kuttenberg, where Pa spent the best years of his life, I like to think he'd be proud of me.
He would be, without a doubt. In any case, from this day forward, Henry is to take over Skoda's forge and repair it. He therefore acquires the right to use it with one obligation, and that is the accommodation of the widow Magdalena. The guild grants her jointure after the death of her husband. That will be your responsibility now, Henry.
That won't be for much longer anyway.
She's a kind woman. I'll be happy to help her.
We'll see about that once she goes poking her nose into everything at the Forge.
It sounds like you have your work cut out for you, Henry. But like all hard work, the results will surely be worth it. The ceremony is now over.
Beautiful clock. But why isn't it working?
Good news. I gained the right to use the Forge.
Wonderful. Finally, we can make some progress here. I'm just worried that once you see the mess inside, you'll turn on your heel and run.
I'll never run away again. From anyone or anything.
I see you have a sense of duty. I like that. Anyway, the house will have to be cleared out first before you can do anything else. The forge, as well as the floor above. Clear the rubble, put it in sacks, take it outside to the wagon, pick up the things laying around, sweep the floors. There's much to do.
I'll figure it out. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, Christ, that's heavy. Whew. Lugging sacks really never gets old.
Those sure look heavy.
Looking better already. I wonder what's in store for me here. What's this? It has Martin's mark on it. I'll have to ask Magdalena.
My word, you really are a handy lad. And hard-working too. I like to see that. You see this, Skoda? Your forge is finally in good hands.
I found this. The mark Martin used to use is on it. Do you know what it could be?
Aye, that looks like one of the sketches for that grand project of theirs. They always met up in the evenings after work. All hush-hush, and over something so silly, no less.
What do you mean, something silly?
The broken astronomical clock on the square. Back then, the city officials decided they wanted it fixed, so they asked the masters of the guild to propose a solution. Your pa got all excited about it, then got my old Skoda involved, along with that other apprentice that was here. What was his name? Such a timid, quiet lad. Sakura. Oh, I can't recall, but I remember they did some work on it, but the city ended up changing its mind.
They blew it off?
Not at all. They brought in some Italians, all the way from Padua or whatever it's called. And how do you think that turned out?
They messed it up?
It was a terrible disgrace. The Italians ended up running off along with the money. There was no money left for the repairs, and there still isn't. So the clock is still broken. I remember when it still used to chime. But what can you do? Better to discuss what you want to do with this place.
I want my own room.
All right, then. Come, I'll show you something. This was Skoda's table. He was always sketching something, planning repairs. He could stand here for hours. It was his favourite spot. And now it's yours.
It's an honor.
I think there's just one thing left to do. You have to put up a shop sign. So your customers know where to go, right? Have a look at the plans here. Good work, Henry. I didn't think I'd see this fire going ever again.
We'll get this place up and running again.
Now that you're officially open, why don't you forge something for me? Besides, if you're even half as talented as your pa was, this should be child's play to you, no?
Of course. You can count on me.
And don't forget to sharpen it too. I can't chop with a dull axe.
I have that axe you wanted.
Wonderful. Let's see. My word. This is really great work, Henry. Your customers will be tripping over each other to buy your products. Oh, and one more important thing. You can also sell pieces you forge on your own, without anyone ordering them. There's a storeroom past the left door under the archway on the street, where you'll find a chest you can put products in, and I'll do my best to sell them. Here's the key to the chest. I'll hold onto the money for the products for you, so feel free to ask any time.
You've taken on quite the workload, Magdalena.
I don't mind. All the movement keeps me young. In the meantime, you can focus on getting in good with the guild.
What do you mean, getting good?
The guildmasters are an eclectic bunch. They all like different things. It would be best if you try to be on good terms with everyone. They'll appreciate you and your forge all the more. For example, Boris of Brod loves nothing more than rolling dice. If you offer him a game at the Guildhall, I'm sure he won't refuse. He used to be one of your pa's best friends. He might even tell you about some of their misadventures.
I'm not sure I want to know.
Oh, yes, you do. Don't lie to yourself.
Ah, if it isn't our newest member, Henry. What brings you here?
Well, I was just passing by, so I thought I'd stop and greet you.
That's nice of you. How's the forge doing?
Pretty well. I cleaned things up. Soon it'll be good as new.
Well, best of luck to you, lad. Us guildmasters have to support each other, you know. Work together, like friends.
By the way, Magdalena mentioned you like playing dice.
Aye, that's no secret. Anytime, any place. What about you? You like rolling bones?
Of course.
Glad to hear it. Fancy a game now? Well played. You play a lot better than your pa did. Frisky always had rotten luck at dice.
Really?
Aye, but he did more than all right for himself in other areas. You know what they say, unlucky at dice. And one more thing. When me and the other masters had a good look at you during the ceremony, you seem like the type of fella that's been through a lot despite your age. Am I right?
You're right. You could say I'm a bit of an adventurer.
And that's just the type of bloke I need. Just so you understand, us fellas at the guild are craftsmen, merchants. There are some troubles we can't solve without outside help. And now that we have someone like you, we might not have to go looking for it elsewhere.
Wait a moment. I wanted to ask you about Martin. Did you know him well?
Of course I did. All the blacksmith's apprentices in the city knew each other. We were one big group. But it was different with Frisky. That was real friendship. The things I got up to with him and Fly. These days, nobody would believe me.
I hear he and Skoda tried to fix the astronomical clock.
Aye, everyone wanted to back then. But Frisky and Fly said they'd made some progress. But they could have just been yanking my pizzle.
Well, I don't think Martin was the type of person to joke about things like that.
I suppose you're right. I reckon if he was still alive, he'd still be trying to fix it.
Who was Fly?
A fella called Stander. He used to apprentice with your pa at Skoda's Forge. Folks used to call him Fly because he was always calm, quiet, kind of like a fly on the wall. But when he got pissed off, he could really buzz, believe me.
He sounds like he'd be worth talking to.
Aye, only he left the burg, and God knows where he is now. Maybe one of the other masters will know more. Try asking them about him. But anyway, don't let me keep you. I'm sure you have your work cut out for you at the forge.
Boris mentioned you wanted to discuss something with me.
And what is it he told you?
Not much, but I understand you're having some sort of business troubles.
Good, good. But before we speak, I have to ask you something. And please be honest. Is Martin the blacksmith really your father, junger Mann?
Why do you ask? Don't you believe me?
Ich möchte dir trauen, but I have a good memory for faces. And to tell you the truth, you do not resemble your father much.
Martin was the one who raised me and taught me the craft, but he wasn't my real father. You're right.
And you admit this freely, even while knowing the regulations forbid bastards from becoming members of the guild?
My father would vouch for me, were he still alive. He'd want me to carry on his legacy.
Well said. The wishes of the dead do indeed bear weight. Nevertheless, do not mention this to anyone else. Not everyone may be so understanding, and may wish ill upon you, Junge. Now please follow me. We can discuss the rest in private. Ach ja. It is always easier to think over a cup of wine. So bitter und so süß wie das Leben selbst.
Why did you...
Gott segne dich, Klaus. Oh, verzeih, I did not know you had a visitor.
Nichts passiert, mein Bruder. Allow me to introduce our newest member, Master Henry. Henry, this is my younger brother, Olbert, a royal official. He oversees the customs and guilds of Kuttenberg.
Pleased to meet you, sir.
Ja, gleichfalls, Meister. Do not let me disturb you. We shall speak later, Klaus. Auf Wiedersehen, meine Freunde.
Good. Now you know my brother as well. He is a man of strong principles. The guilds do not have it easy with him.
Forgive me, but why did you ask about my father earlier?
Listen, mein Freund. Boris could not tell you everything. Not that he knows everything, nor does he want to.
What's that supposed to mean?
I mean to say it is my responsibility to assess potential risks to our guild.
Wait, so it was a test?
Richtig! You are a smart lad, I can see that. You really are like Martin in that regard. Did you know he saved my life? Nun ja, was hat er? Few men were brave enough to fight like he did.
Pa always used to tell me not to get in fights, that violence doesn't solve anything.
It sounds like he wizened with age. But even the wildest ones do eventually.
We have that in common too. I also like to handle things on my own.
Ja, ich habe es gehört. Young and headstrong, eh? Nevertheless, while the world may change, problems stay the same. And you are the one I chose to help me deal with them, junger Mann.
I'll be happy to, if I'm able. What is this about, Master?
You may not know this, but it is my job to guarantee the guild can do its work without interruption, and that the goods get where they need to. Surely you know our work attracts all sorts of undesirables, right?
Did something go missing? Someone got robbed?
If only it was just one someone, junger Mann. And I'm afraid we will have to sort this out ourselves. The documents you are looking for have a green seal with the guild's symbol, and they were in a leather case originally. I doubt those blackguards know how to read, so perhaps you will get lucky and find them lying around, or maybe in some crate or chest.
Is there anything else?
Nein, das ist alles. Get those documents back if you can, but remember, du solltest vorsichtig sein, junger Mann.
I got lucky. I managed to get back those stolen guild documents.
So you found the scoundrels that did it?
Aye. I took back what they stole, and I took care of them.
Good. But like I said, it was a needless risk. You should have left that up to the bailiff. Now, show me the documents.
Here they are. These are the only ones I found with our seal.
Oh, mein Gott. Is this really all the documents?
Why? Is something missing?
Schwer zu sagen. But I think something else is behind this. It seems I will have to have a serious talk with the Bzhevnov abbot. But that is for me to worry about. You did your job perfectly. And the other masters will hear about it. You can be sure of that. By the way, I heard you are looking for a man called Standa, whom they called Fly?
Aye. Do you know something about him?
I asked my contacts and found out he went to Horshan. Apparently he worked as a blacksmith in the mines. Why are you looking for him?
Boris told me Fly used to apprentice at Skoda's Forge with my pa. Maybe he has some stories to tell.
Ja, das ist möglich. I do not remember him much, but it has been a long time.
That it has. We'll see what he remembers. Anyway, thanks for the help.
Nein, thank you, mein Freund. Und wenn es dir nichts ausmacht, I will mention this to the others. The guild should know what you have done for them.
Are you Stander?
Who's asking?
Henry. I'm Martin's son. He used to apprentice with you at Skoda's Forge.
Martin? Christ, I haven't heard that name in years. How's he doing these days?
I'm afraid he's no longer with us.
Ah, I'm very sorry to hear that. We used to be best friends.
So I've heard.
Christ, what a day. What a day. Is that why you came here? To tell me he's dead?
Well, I had to tell you, but I also have something to ask of you.
All right, but this isn't the best time to tell you the truth.
Why? What's going on?
I don't know if I can... Oh, but you are Martin's son. It's not like I have anyone else to talk to anyway. I'm in trouble. Big trouble. I fell on some hard times as of late, so I borrowed some money from one of the guards here. I had to sign a contract with him. I was going to pay him back today, so I went to see him, and now he's claiming I'm late. I paid back what I owed him, but he says if I don't pay him the interest too, he'll break both my arms. He says it was all in the contract I signed. I can't read, you see. He swindled me. There's no way I can get that much money in time. Say, Henry, I know it's a lot to ask, but you look like a tough bloke. Could you try to convince him to take pity on me?
Why are you so afraid of him?
Because he's a madman. He'll beat the shit out of you just for the hell of it. The miners call him Leech.
Maybe he's just bluffing.
Trust me, he's not. I knew a lad who owed him a lot less, and now he's a cripple.
All right, then. I'll sort out your debt with the guard.
Thank you, truly. Thank you, but watch out for him.
Stander said you want some money on top from him.
And what's it to you?
Look, he doesn't have that much money. Could we sort this out some other way? Make a bet, maybe?
You sure care a lot about Stander, don't you? I don't get it. He's just a grubby, lily-livered wretch.
That's none of your business. Will you take the bet or not?
You know what? You caught me in a decent mood. I'll give you a chance. I've got a horse out here in the courtyard. Like to ride him around from time to time. And I'm a bloody good rider, too. Only being the best around here doesn't mean much. How about you and me have us a little race? Bloody hell. What kind of horse is that? It flew like the wind. Well, I can't believe you won. But fine. A bet's a bet. Here's the promissory note.
And my coin?
Oh, right. Almost forgot. Here you go.
Good. And leave Stander alone now. Got it? I sorted out those problems of yours with the guard. He'll make do with what you originally owed him. You're even. Here's the contract.
Thank you. Truly, thank you. You wanted to talk about the astronomical clock. But why with me?
The guild assigned me Skoda's old forge, so I'm fixing it up. And while I was cleaning, I found a plan of the astronomical clock. Magdalena told me the two of you tried to repair it on your own back then.
Wait. You're the master of old Skoda's forge now.
That I am.
Well, I'll be. And Magdalena is still living there?
She is.
That's good. How's she doing?
Better now, I'd say. She was sad to see how long the forge was in disrepair. And living in a half-broken down house must have been tough.
Poor thing. When old Skoda died, she must have been through a lot. I have to go and see her. I have to see her and apologise. I just have to. I don't want to be here anyway. You reminded me of the old times in Skoda's forge and damn it. I'm a blacksmith, an armourer. I was almost ready for the master's trial. Oh,
Only I can't fight for my place in the sun. I never could. That's why I'm rotting down here in the mine. But maybe it's not too late. I'll try and find some work in a forge, somewhere near Kuttenberg, maybe in Bach. But first, I'm going to Skoda's forge to see Magdalena. And nothing is going to stop me.
Wait, I wanted to ask you about the astronomical clock.
The clock's waited for 20 years. It can wait a while longer, can't it? I have to go and see Magdalena.
Wait. It's not Skoda's forge anymore. It's mine.
Fine. What used to be Skoda's forge? You're a bit of a nitpicker, aren't you, Henry? You really are just like your pa. I'm so sorry.
Standard, that's the third time you've apologised. It's all water under the bridge. You don't owe me anything. God be with you, Henry. I was just telling Stander here he doesn't have to keep apologising.
I have to. You deserve it.
Everything is better now. As soon as the fire got going again, it's as if things were back to normal.
Oh, just like the good old days. When Skoda died, it's like everything went belly up overnight.
What do you mean everything went belly up?
Well, everything just fell apart. I found a job in Horshan. Martin stayed in Kuttenberg and Magdalena. I'm very sorry. Really.
Stop apologising already. It was so long ago. I'm happy to see you.
Really?
Yes, really. Now stop your sobbing already, will you?
I heard you did something to your arm in Horshan and couldn't smith anymore since.
Aye, that's what I get for betting. I bet I could lift a basket full of ore. I did it, but I tore something in my arm.
Christ, you men.
They took on another blacksmith in my place, and even once my arm was healed, I never got my job back. So I went from armourer's apprentice to a bloody miner. What a load of shit.
You know what, Stander? Since you don't want to go back to Horshan,
That I don't.
I thought you might want to stay and come and live with us. What do you think, Magdalena?
Why not? There's plenty of space. This used to be your home, didn't it?
Why, That's very kind of you, but I wouldn't want to get in the way.
Oh, please. You won't be in anyone's way.
You can help me out at the forge from time to time. What do you say?
I don't know. Like I said, I could just go to Bach. It's no bother.
There's no need. Stay here.
Thank you. Thank you. And I'm sorry.
Stander?
How far did you get with repairing the astronomical clock?
Pretty far. We went to see the clock, found what wasn't working, and started making the parts needed.
Aye. I remember the sound of hammering long into the night.
We hand-forged gears for the mechanism we wanted to set the clock to. I suppose you could call it the metal heart of the clock. It was a hell of a lot of work. Then we hired a goldsmith's apprentice to put the whole thing together. He was a canny lad, only he turned out to be a right bastard and ended up fleecing us.
I didn't know that.
What did he do?
He decided to fuck us over and sold the machine to some rich burgher. The lad told him it was some ancient artifact, and the bloody fool ate it up. Martin gave him a proper beating for it, but it was no good. The machine stayed with the burgher, and shortly after that, Skoda died, and the whole thing lost its meaning.
Maybe I'll manage to fix it up.
You sound just like Martin. He put his heart and soul into the repair, but it's all so long ago now.
What's the name of the burgher who kept the mechanism?
Looking to get it back, are you? Forget about it. Martin tried it back then, and it was a wonder they didn't call the catchpoles on him.
It's been 20 years. Maybe his family doesn't even know what they have.
I doubt it, but it's worth a shot. His name was Vetter, German fella. His house was across from the rat house in the lower market.
Aye, but old Vetter is long gone. His son works as a scribe now.
But the heart is just the beginning. You'll need other parts too. We had plans for them, but God knows where they ended up. Do you know by any chance?
I have a bunch of Skoda's old sketches. Remind me later, Henry. My memory isn't what it used to be.
Where can I find Vetter, the scribe?
Either at his home or at the Rathaus. His is the last door on the gallery in the courtyard.
What does the mechanism look like?
It's a kind of large metal target, about a foot in diameter. It has sliding circles and grooved rails attached to it. They're supposedly used to measure the time by the sun and stars. But to be honest, I don't know how.
I'll go and talk to the scribe then.
Let's hope he doesn't take after his father. I suppose I'll go and settle in.
I heard you've got some curious heirloom from your father.
Ah, yes. The ancient mysterious device. Heaven knows what it's for, but it's surely a rare thing. Why are you asking about it?
I'd be interested in it.
I can't just sell it. It was my father's.
Sorry to disappoint you, but that mechanism's not what your father thought it was.
And what do you think it is, then?
It didn't occur to you that thing might be the devil's work?
Sorry?
From what I've heard, the new Archbishop of Prague, Herr, is obsessed with machines like that. He's searching the whole land for them.
How would you know that?
They're already talking about it in Prague. That there's one in Kuttenberg. I'd say someone from the Archbishopric will be calling on you soon. They'll be asking questions. And maybe even the Holy Inquisition will get involved.
But that's... surely not.
Well, in that case, best get rid of the machine while you still can. I'll gladly take it off your hands, provided your price is fair.
All right, fine. I don't want anything to do with the Inquisition.
It's the work of Satan himself, built to steal human souls and hurl them straight into the furnaces of hell.
You do know I'm a scribe from Kuttenberg.
No, I figured.
Surely you do not believe I would fall for such an Ammenmärchen.
You say you like showing that machine off to visitors. So, how about I give you something even rarer for it?
What do you mean?
Something magical. With a story. Something you could tell your guests.
Might work. But I'm guessing you haven't got anything like that on you right now, have you?
Actually, I just might. I've got a decorated silver axe here, tied to a sad old tale about a water sprite from beneath Trotsky Castle. There were once two brothers, both woodcutters. One of them was washing up at a pond when his axe slipped and sank. He reached for it, and instead of his own, he pulled out a silver axe. But he wasn't greedy, so he just threw it back in. Then a water sprite climbed out of the pond and said since he'd been so honest, he'd give him the axe. But that riled up his brother. He wanted one too, so he went to the pond and tossed his own axe in. But nothing happened. He just kept pulling up his same old regular axe. And then he started cursing the sprite. So the water sprite lost his temper, dragged him under, and drowned him.
Mein Gott.
The honest brother later buried the dishonest one in the woods and laid the silver axe on his grave. The very one that brought them all that trouble.
Wunderschön. That is a very lovely story. Definitely better than that tired old yarn about the ancient machine. I've got a feeling no one's really interested in that anymore.
I have a magic axe, once belonging to the builder Jan Parler, made to protect the Church of St. Barbara. It was forged from 3 talismans said to bring luck and ward off evil spirits. I forged the axe, but by a twist of fate, it never ended up in St. Barbara's. Something tells me if someone were to donate it to that sacred place...
They would make quite a name for themselves. I understand. That does sound truly interesting. And the story is not half bad either.
I ought to put the heart of the clock on display somewhere. That table by the wall should show it off nicely. That's that then. Now I need to ask Magdalena about the next stage of the plans. Magdalena?
I'm glad you brought Stan here. Looks like the poor lad went through a lot down in those mines.
Maybe, but
He's finally doing what he should. You're truly a man in the right place, Henry. That's plain to me.
thank you.
What did you need from me? Oh, right. You were going to remind me of something, weren't you?
I wanted to ask if you'd have a look through Skoda's belongings. See if you can find anything more about that clock. Sketches, drawings, calculations.
All right, I'll take a look. It'll take a while, though. Skoda was always scribbling notes and never threw anything away. But look, if you're really serious about repairing that clock, you ought to let the town hall know. Go and see Bailiff Plumel and tell him what you're planning. He might have heard of our forge by now and give you a hearing.
Bailiff, I'd like to talk to you about your broken clock.
And who might you be?
Henry, a master of the Kuttenberg Blacksmiths Guild.
Ah, yes. Their new lad. And what is it you want with the clock?
I believe I can repair it.
Look here, Master Henry. I cannot let someone near the clock who is barely known in town.
But
Do not take it the wrong way. But if it went wrong, the counselors would have my head. Or worse, they would never trust me with the bailiff's mace again. Come and see me once you have made a name for yourself in Kuttenberg. Then we will talk.
fixing that must have been a superhuman task. So, will you finally speak with me about that broken clock of yours?
You made a name for yourself in the town now, so why not? I doubt the counselors would object. Even that meddler Vorsucher will not be able to say a word. Besides, the clock is so broken it could not be any worse. Worth a try, no? So tell me, how do you plan to fix it?
Well, I've got some plans from Master Skoda, who tried to repair it years ago. Supposedly, he got quite far.
That is definitely a good start. In any case, I reckon you ought to hear the whole sorry tale first. It might make you wiser. I was barely more than a lad back then, but my father was on the council, so I got a pretty close look through him. One day the mechanism just suddenly stopped. And it has stood still ever since, nearly 30 years now. What I still remember, your guild rather boldly telling my father and the other counselors that there was no need to call in anyone from abroad. They said we would save coin if our own people handled the repairs, but it went as it usually does.
And how is that?
Instead of pulling together, every one of those masters tried to snatch the reward for himself. Master Skoda, Irving Klemmer, Hollander, each one worked on the repairs in his own little corner. No wonder the counselors lost patience and finally sent for the Italians from Padua. Though that did not end well either.
How did it end?
I only know what my father told me. They demanded all the plans and acted like they were the finest masters around. Yes, we'll do it. No trouble at all. They also asked for a fat advance. 2 weeks later, they were boozing through every tavern in the city and lazing about in the bath by day. When the bailiff reminded them they ought to get started on the repair, they almost took offense. But they did get to work. What happened next? Well, Father never liked to talk about it. That much I can tell you. The counselor said the next day they found the clock half looted, the remaining parts strewn about, and the Italians gone, along with the plans. All but one, the youngest of them, a nobleman named Fabricio de Dondi, had stayed behind with the Burkhar's daughter. His companions most likely forgot him in the rush.
And what happened to him?
Dondi said, or so I heard, told the counselors he knew nothing. He claimed he was only an apprentice. Of course they locked him up. Some wanted to send a letter to Padua right away demanding ransom. But it soon turned out Fabrizio, young as he was, could be very useful to the town. So they let him go.
Why did they let him go?
Because he had something to offer the local mine owners. That is, the councillors, the same ones who had wanted to trade him for a pile of groschen. Not long after they locked him up, they sent Dundee to work in the mines. He spent so long studying the mining machines that he figured out how to improve them. He significantly boosted the miners' output, and they realized you could not just trade away someone that clever like a sack of charcoal. So Fabrizio was granted the freedom, on condition that he stay in the town. And so he's still here to this day, and by the look of it, doing quite well. He is a bit of an odd one, but I'm afraid if you are serious about repairing the clock, sooner or later you will have to speak with him. The Italians vanished with the plans, so Fabrizio is probably the only one who ever saw the clock in its original state.
Where can I find Fabrizio?
He lives on the upper floor of the second house on Vintner Street, next to the tailor. Though I'm not sure he will speak to you. If you are passing by, try dropping in and see if you can win him over somehow.
So there really aren't any other plans?
No, they took all of them. And they disappeared with them too. I cannot help but feel there was something shady about it. Try asking Fabrizio. He does not share much with me.
What about the other repairmen from the guild? You mentioned some names.
Klemmer and Hollander? They will not help you anymore. Both are dead, and their families have long since moved far away.
So, I'll get back to the repairs.
I'm thankful you're trying, Master. I really am. But there is one last thing you need to know. I am not sure that even if you succeed with the repair, we will be able to offer you any reward. The town is exhausted by war. The coffers are empty. You understand.
Surely some sort of reward could be found. The clock's been silent for 20 years. If I fix it, that's quite a feat.
That it is. And we will be grateful. But we truly cannot spare even a portion of our funds. Times are hard.
I understand. Thanks anyway, bailiff. Fabrizio Dondi?
Fabricio de Dondi. Sono un nobile. I am of noble birth.
I beg your pardon?
Who are you?
Forgive the intrusion. I'm Henry, a master of the Kuttenberg Blacksmiths Guild.
And you dress the part, too. Bravo! What is it you need from me?
Bailiff Plumel sent me. I want to try and repair the town clock, and you're the last one who saw it in its original state.
Unfortunately, the bailiff is right about that. Madonna, that was the worst day of my life. Look, I do not like to think back on that time. Honestly, I would rather leave it buried in the past. What even makes you think you can fix the clock and convince the bailiff to trust you?
I've been looking into my father's past. He died recently.
I am sorry to hear that. But what has that got to do with the clock?
He tried to repair it. And now I'm trying to finish his work.
And what do you need me for?
Because you're the only person in Kuttenberg who saw what the clock looked like back then. The one they were trying to repair based on those plans. And you've made a new life for yourself in this town. A comfortable life. So, maybe you owe it a little something.
You may be right. And I suppose you have plenty more questions. Go on, ask.
Tell me more about that so-called Italian scam. Was it all planned from the start?
Italian scam? Is that what they call it nowadays? In any case, you are asking the wrong man. I honestly believe we were here to repair the clock. Everyone acted like they meant it. The group included seasoned craftsmen, astrologers, master mechanics. Truth be told, I was only there because of my family name. My grandfather, Jacopo, and father Giovanni were great scholars. Physicians, astrologers, and engineers. They followed the works of Campanus of Novara and crafted magnificent orologia. The Padua clock is one of theirs. It only dawned on me after those fraudsters left me here that I was just bait for the townsfolk. They were after the plans, though perhaps revenge was part of it too. Revenge against my family.
What do you mean? They wanted revenge?
My family was successful, and success breeds resentment. The Padua expedition was led by Camillo Valla, one of my father's former students. He must have realized the Gutenberg clock was structurally unique, so he took the plans.
And destroyed the mechanism too, so he could pass the plans off as his own work.
Sadly, yes. But I have no news he ever earned any real fame with them. And they left me here, in the foreign land, with a sullied, famous name. They ruined my life. It must have broken my father's heart. I was not even allowed to attend his funeral while I was being held here. Surely you understand. It shattered me forever.
The bailiff said you were given all the clock plans back then. Where did they end up?
In Padua, most likely. Look, I had no idea what they were up to. I was the youngest. They did not trust me with anything. You've probably heard how those swindlers ruined me. Cazzo! Luckily, the Lord gave me a decent memory. It is all up here, in my head. Down to the last cog.
Would you be able to share those plans with me? Maybe recreate them from memory?
Perché? It would be pointless work.
They'd help me with the repairs.
They would not. Sadly, after the sabotage by my unruly countrymen, fixing the clock will take more than old plans.
So what exactly do I need to repair the clock, aside from your expertise?
You will need a mechanism called an astrolabe. Its measurements are transferred via a gear train to the main mechanism, which sets the movement in motion with a folio and weights. Without that astrolabe, the heart of any clock, all other work is futile, and crafting one is no easy task.
I've got the heart of the clock. It sat in a burgher's house for 20 years.
Now that is good news. That gives us a foundation to build on. If it still works, of course.
I wouldn't know, but I hope so.
Next, you will need a set of weights, precisely calibrated and cast according to the old machine's designs.
I don't have the weights yet.
If we do not have the weights, we have a problem. Hopefully they are in those old designs. In any case, in the end we will need to build that folio-driven escapement ourselves. My countrymen dismantled most of it and took it away. But luckily part of it remained. For the final stage of the repair, we will need some smithing. But more importantly, a truly skilled mechanic. Or a locksmith, if you prefer.
I thought that was you.
No. I can design it, calculate it, set it up. But the hands-on work will require someone exceptionally handy.
Well, I'm not sure about that.
Oh, you will find someone. The masters at the guild know their craft, do they not?
So what else is needed for the repair?
You said you have got the astrolabe. That is very important. Then we will need that set of weights, and a truly capable locksmith. A real master of his craft.
Thanks. I'll come back once I've got everything we need.
Va bene. Come back with that locksmith. We'll talk it all over with a roast and a bottle of good wine. I hope our new collaborator will be as remarkable a man as you.
Did you look through those documents from your husband's estate?
Yeah, it was hellish work. So many sketches and doodles. I couldn't even tell what half of them was supposed to be. Even the parchment alone must have cost a fortune. I've no idea where the old man kept getting it.
And did you find anything that might relate to the clock?
Here's some calculations and diagrams. I don't understand much of it, but it looks like a set of weights.
Thanks. I also spoke with one of those Italians who botched the repair back then.
I heard one of them stayed behind.
He's willing to help us.
If you think he'll help, I'll leave it to you. Well now, if you need those weights cast, Eldris might be able to help. He's pretty pricey, and always up to his neck in work, but truth be told, I don't know any other founder in Kuttenberg. His workshop's just down by the stream, at the bottom of Hoprink.
I need something cast from you.
Entschuldigung. I'd be happy to cast whatever you need, but right now, I just can't.
Why not?
We've got a contract from the town. Loads of work. The furnaces are running full tilt. Verdammte Scheiße. We don't even get to breathe. And then there is that Pushko.
Who's Pushko?
Mein Geselle. Apprentice. He's gone missing, and now we can't keep up. I sent him to Grund, zur Abmessung der Glocke, to measure the bell. I lent him my horse, so he'd be back quick. But he's still not returned. Seit 2 Tagen. Verdammter Kerl. And there's just no one to hire. And without people, I cannot cast a thing.
What if I went and found that apprentice of yours?
Wait a moment. Du bist der neue Meister. You're the new one at the guild. Aihiner was talking about you, the capable one. You'll find Pushko for sure. Ich vertraue dir. If you find Pushko, the first thing you'll tell him is to cast whatever you want. Darauf gebe ich dir mein Wort.
Where should I look for him?
Was weiß ich? You should ask the Pfarrer in Grund. Na ja, the priest in Grund should know. Sein Name ist Havel.
I'm looking for the apprentice, Pushko, from Master Founder Eldris of Kuttenberg. I heard he was supposed to stop by to measure the bell.
Aye, he was here. Came on a fine horse and did his job well. Climbed the tower and measured everything carefully. But then he went to the tavern. I warned him not to. Told him he shouldn't do that. He wouldn't listen.
Why shouldn't he go to the tavern?
Because he openly said he planned to play dice. And gambling brings misfortune. It seemed to weigh on his soul a bit afterwards, because he came to confess the next morning.
And then?
Then nothing. I went about my rounds in the village as usual. I did spot him later, walking towards that long forest, stretching from the charcoal burners all the way southwest to the Wolf Mountains. He was walking slowly, on foot, and for some reason, he was carrying a rope slung over his shoulder.
You let him go?
Now, why shouldn't I have?
What if he was off to string himself up from the nearest tree with that rope?
Wait, you mean that he might have... No, surely not. He can't do that. It's against the Lord.
What exactly did he tell you?
I can't reveal that.
What? Why?
Well, essentially it was part of a confession, so I'm bound by the seal of confession.
Well, in this case, you wouldn't actually be breaking the seal of confession.
How so?
The sacramental seal is, of course, inviolable, but in this case, you wouldn't be endangering the penitent. On the contrary, by speaking up, you might save his life.
That's actually true. Pushko confided in me that in the evening he was playing dice with the woodcutters camped near the Wolf Mountains. And as the beer flowed, the stakes got higher until Pushko ran out of coin. But he still wanted to keep playing, so he wagered his horse and lost.
But that wasn't his horse.
Exactly. After confession the next morning, he told me it was a serious mess. But would he really go and hang himself over it? Surely not, would he?
I'm going to find him. I just hope it's not too late.
May all the saints stand by you.
Pushko! Pushko! Hey! Eldris sent me! Life's beautiful. Don't do anything stupid. Pushko! Pushko! Hey! Pushko! Answer! You're Pushko?
Who are you? And what are you doing here?
I'm Henry. Eldris sent me. I needed him to cast something for me, but he says he can't manage without you. Seems you're missed in the workshop.
Jesus. But I can't go back just yet.
I get it. First, you need to get Eldris's horse back from the woodcutters.
Oh, Jesus. He lent me Bentley and I lost him. Oh, what a disgrace. I'm just a bloody fool. The biggest fool of them all, damn it. If I go back without the horse, Eldris will tear me in half. But it's really all his fault.
What do you mean?
He's always sending me to measure bells, cast maces and other stupid things. And the journey's always boring as hell. If he'd finally let me cast guns, none of this would have happened. Oh, and I don't have to deal with this mess anymore.
When the priest told me you took a rope and headed for the woods, it looked like you were going to hang yourself.
I'd never do that. Suicides go straight to hell. I actually had this plan all figured out since last night.
So what's your plan?
I'll start shouting at them to provoke them. Then I'll lure them right into a trap. When they run after me, they'll trip over the rope and smack flat on their faces. And I'll use the chance to grab the horse.
What if they don't trip over the rope?
Why wouldn't they?
Well, one of them might run a bit later and dodge it. Or they might not all come running. You're just asking for a proper hiding.
Then what am I supposed to do? Got a better idea?
You know what? Better let me handle the woodcutters.
You do that for me?
Yeah, I'm good with this sort of trouble.
Well, all right then. I'll wait here.
I heard you won the horse in a dice game.
That's right. Seems I've already made a name for myself.
Trouble is, the horse doesn't belong to the apprentice who played for it, but to his master. He's got to give it back.
Then he shouldn't have played for it. The lads have taken a liking to him. They're learning to ride him. Beats drinking all day, right?
I'm not here to argue. Just give me the horse now. I'd rather not have to bruise my fist on your teeth. That'd hurt. And it'd hurt you even more. You might not be able to show your face at the tavern for a while, so folk don't get spooked.
Right. Thinking about it, maybe best if no one gets hurt after all. All right, you can take the horse. And tell that apprentice not to gamble again. Or at least not while drinking. He'll save himself a lot of grief. Hey, Tomman, get off that horse.
Here's Eldris's Bentley. Now you can go back without worry.
Oh, you saved my neck, mate. Thank you so much. Let's get out of here quick before anything else goes wrong. Will you ride with me to Eldris?
Right ahead. I'll meet you there.
All right then.
We have already cleared things up with Pushko. He panicked over some bandits and got lost in the woods. And that's where you found him. Right, Henry?
Well, I knew where I was, really, but then I didn't.
That's exactly right. Anyone can get lost, especially in a dense forest like that.
The main thing is you found me in time. With Bentley, too.
Vielen Dank, mein Freund. I knew you wouldn't let me down, Henry. I'll make sure everyone in town hears von deiner Bereitschaft und deinem Mut.
Come again?
I'll sing your praises. Everywhere. And you'll get a lovely rabatt from me. A discount.
Now you've got your apprentice back, can we sort out the casting?
Ja, natürlich. I keep my word. Speak with Pushko. Wird es arrangieren.
As always.
So what will you do now, Pushko?
What else? Work. Back to casting bells, maces and other such nonsense. And Eldris got a fine order from the town for guns. It's always warte noch, warte noch. By the time he lets me at it, I'll have a white beard to my waist. But there's no other workshop or master in town, so what can I do? Why don't you open a foundry yourself? We'd make a tidy bit together.
Eldris said I'm supposed to talk to you about the casting.
Yeah, figures. If you give me the drawings with clear instructions, I'll cast whatever you want. But be ready to pay through the nose. Eldris charges a lot for this sort of job. If I had my own workshop, it'd be different. After what you did for me, I'd cast it for you for free. If you ever get one, let me know. I'd gladly work for you till I'm smoking like a furnace.
What if you came and worked for me? I've opened a foundry. There, you could probably focus on casting other things, too. Not just what Eldris orders you to do.
You really want to employ me? We don't even know each other that well.
Well, you're definitely bold and don't give up on things. Like me, and that's good enough for me. So, what do you say?
Jesus Christ, yes! I'm in with both feet. But how do I tell Eldris? Never mind. I'll handle it somehow. Thank you, Henry. I'll pack my things and be right over.
I need you to cast weights for me.
Weights, eh? What for? It would be useful to know.
It's for the repair of the astronomical clock. I've got the designs. Any problem with that?
No, I'll take care of it like I promised. Can I see the designs?
Here you go.
That'll need to be really precise. I can manage, but it'll take a bit of time, most likely a whole day. You know what? I'll get started right away and bring them to your smithy when they're done.
How are those weights, Pushko?
Done. Full set. It's on the bench. Bit of a fiddly job, especially sorting out all those calculations. It's a good thing I could cast it here. You'd have paid through the nose at Eldris's. Now you've got the weights, I reckon the repair's almost done.
Yeah, not quite. I'm still missing the most important bit. The actual mechanism. I'll have to ask how they used to do it.
Well, at least you've got someone to ask. Stander will be glad to help you, won't he?
You're right about that. I had the weights cast based on your sketches.
I noticed. Great work. You really are a man of action. Just like your pa. I'm sure you'll see it through to the end. Only the last step is always the hardest. Especially in this case.
What's the last step?
To put the clock together, in short. Only you can't do it alone. Back in the old days, at least we could get a good look at the clock. But I've heard since those Italians got involved, there's not much to look at. You made everything you could based on our old sketches, but you're still going to need someone who's seen the original machine.
I know someone like that. One of the Italians stayed in Kuttenberg. Not voluntarily, but still. I spoke with him, and he said he remembers everything. The plans are in his head. And he said he'll help me.
But you're still going to need someone who can put the clock back together.
That's what the Italian said too.
Someone handy, who's seen and touched the clock from the inside. Someone... who also happens to be the crookedest bastard far and wide.
You have someone in mind, don't you?
Aye. His name is Wolf.
That apprentice goldsmith who was working with you, but then stole the heart of the clock?
That's the one. It might have been his first crooked deed, but it definitely wasn't the last. Before I left Kuttenberg, I heard he started getting involved in all sorts of thieving and scamming. They say he can open any chest, pick even the hardest locks. He worked for anyone who had the coin, and if he wasn't happy with how much he got for the job, he'd fuck them over without a second thought.
Is he even still alive? I wouldn't be surprised if someone took revenge on him.
I couldn't tell you, but fuckers like him tend to be lucky. I reckon he's doing just fine for himself. Living in some big house, pretending to be a lord.
Do we really need this Wolf fella? You said he was a cheat.
I'm afraid he's the only person who really knows the clock, and is handy enough to fix it.
And what if someone else learned how? Someone more reliable?
It would take much longer than convincing Wolf to work with us. You're just gonna have to risk it with him, Henry.
What does Wolf look like?
I haven't seen him in 20 years, so I don't know. But back then, he had bright ginger hair. Not a little ginger, like fire. Who knows? He could be bald these days. And from what I remember, he didn't exactly talk like one of ours. I think he was from Moravia.
Where can I find him?
You'll have to look for him. But I reckon people connected to shady dealings around here might know. Maybe someone from the Hole? He used to be there all the time, day and night. But I reckon these days it might not be noble enough for him.
I'll go and find Wolf then.
Best of luck.
Who knows if it can still be repaired? I'm looking for a fella by the name of Wolf.
Wolf? Why are you after that animal?
I need something from him.
I doubt he'll be any help. You definitely won't find him here. He's banned from the Hole.
Banned? Someone's banned from this tavern?
Wolf is. Believe it or not, he's such a pig. The regulars complained about the smell. And he used to be quite the big shot. When he earned something, he'd buy rounds for the whole tavern. Now he just begs, always drunk. Wanders the town, who knows where. If you're expecting anything from him, I'd think twice if I was you.
Where would I find him?
No idea where he might be loafing about. Among the beggars.
And where's that?
They've got their bloody tents by the walls. By the monastery gate in the northeast corner of town, or in the cobbler's quarter, by the gate to the lower district.
What does Wolf even look like?
Foul. He turns your stomach the moment you lay eyes on him.
Wouldn't you have a more precise description?
You'll likely know him by his red mop. More ginger than that fucker Sigismund.
Don't you know someone who might know more about him?
No, not really. Actually, wait. Maybe our mutual friend the Ragman might know something. I'd try him. If he doesn't know, then I've got no idea.
All right. I'll go and look for him.
If you do find him, don't you dare bring him back here. Filthy bugger.
I need to find someone. His name is Wolf.
The former goldsmith's apprentice who turned locksmith? Moravian? Redhead with thieving fingers?
Aye, that one. I thought you might know something about him.
I'm not going to ask what you want with him. That's your business. But as far as I know, he hasn't practiced the trade in a while.
I just need to find him. Will you help me?
Try looking in the beggars' dens by the wall in the cobbler's quarter, near the gate to the lower town. But it likely won't be easy with him. Word is he's taken to drink and is rarely sober, unless you manage to drag him out of that drunken stupor of his.
Wolf?
But... Higgy!
Oh no, mate. This won't do. We need to get you a hair of the dog potion.
We dram lovely.
Aye, right you are. So, you feeling any better?
Better. Tifola. Not at all. My head. What the fuck happened?
That's what sobriety feels like. You might have forgotten.
Who are you? And what do you want from me?
I'm Henry, a master of the Kuttenberg Blacksmiths Guild, son of Martin. They used to call him Frisky. You might remember him.
Don't remember any Frisky.
You betrayed him, and he smacked you for it.
There were plenty like that. That's why I ended up here. So if you want to do the same, be my guest. Go ahead. I don't give a fuck anymore.
You built the heart of the Kuttenberg clock with him and Master Skoda.
Oh, that. I remember now. Christ, it's been ages. I owed the Brotherhood, and I figured I could pay it off that way and somehow get the machine back. Only that didn't work. I had to start doing more things for them, more jobs, you get it? Otherwise, I really fucked everything up. Betrayed people who didn't deserve it. Why even deserve that punch? It's all my fault. I brought all this on myself. The pity!
So you booze your life away and live on the street like some common beggar?
Yeah, that too. I can't even get up without a drink. My life's completely in the shit.
Well, that you ended up a thief?
It was some noble's manor, my first job. Everything went to fuck, and I had to pay them back a fortune. But after that, I didn't make a single mistake, not one. Whatever they asked for, I delivered. I was a damn good thief. Still, just a thief, though.
I'll give you a chance to fix all of it. To get your life back in order.
It's too late. I haven't got the strength to change. I haven't got the strength for anything. It's too late.
It's never too late, Wolf. I'm finishing the clock repairs, but I need a mechanic for that. One who saw the clock with his own eyes before the Italians dismantled it. One who touched it. And in this town, that's only you.
It's been over 20 years. I can barely remember yesterday. Leave me be. There's no point in wasting your time on me.
You have to find the strength to change. To get back on your feet. To remember who you were before you started drinking. I heard you used to be a real master. And real masters don't just give up.
You think so? Well, it's true, I always did manage to push myself somehow. And when I had something tough in front of me, something damn near impossible, I said to myself, Wolf, you can do this, curva. And curva, I always did.
There you go. And now you'll do it again.
Maybe. Maybe you're right. But even if I was back to my old self and trusted myself again, I've got no one who knows what the machine is meant to look like. Or are you saying you'd try it yourself?
Not exactly, but I'm not worried. We'll go to one man who can help us, and together we'll pull it off.
Wait. What man?
His name's Fabricio.
That's not a Czech name. Sounds kinda Italian, do pizza.
Don't worry about that now.
Wait, I want to know. If you don't tell me, I'm not going anywhere with you.
He's one of those Italians hired by the town to repair the clock.
An Italian? So a fucking swindler, do pizza.
He's no swindler. He was young, and they set him up, just like they did the councillors and the whole town. Besides, you're the last one who should be talking about swindlers.
Tivol. All right. I just can't stand Italians. Arrogant bastards, the lot of them.
He was the last one to see the clock in more or less working condition. And he's a renowned inventor to boot. But we need him. So drop the prejudices. But before I introduce you, we'll clean you up, so you don't disgrace yourself. We're going to the baths.
The baths? But I don't want to go to the baths.
Come on, Wolf. The baths will do you good. Don't make me twist your arm.
All right. If you say so. Let's go. I can't do this. Picho. Nope. I just can't.
You tried to run off.
I don't want to go. What those wenches say? They laugh at me.
You think they're not used to dirt in the baths? You'll see. You'll feel better.
I'm just so ashamed.
Come on, Wolf. Don't be afraid. Don't you remember how you used to be? A real dandy. Nothing was too much for you.
Maybe. Once.
And it'll be that way again. You'll see. So don't be afraid and come along. And no more tricks this time. Here we are. That wasn't so bad, was it? Embarrassing? You're a disgrace already. You'll see. A nice hot bath will do you good.
Can I have a bit of wine first, for courage?
Absolutely not. You just get drunk and make a scene again.
Hang on, though. Once I wash, what am I going to change into? All I've got is these rags.
No worries. Well, look at you.
You're a whole new man.
That's not all. I got you a new outfit, too. You look like a proper gentleman.
Well, now I'm really curious. Show me. Well, now. You really do have taste. It's just... Would you have something for the head, too? My hair's getting a bit thin. That one's top-notch. Curva. I reckon when I put this on, I can face that Italian cunt without shame. Want to go now?
Let's go. I don't see any reason to wait. Just try not to lose your temper with Fabricio. You're supposed to work together, so make a good impression.
What do you take me for? I know how to behave. I used to be a proper gent with coin. Tifola.
Glad to hear it. We're here, Master de Dondi. This is Master Wolf.
Welcome to my humble abode, gentlemen. Please, take a seat. I have taught my cook to prepare a splendid porchetta. I hope you'll not turn your nose up at it.
Too right. I'll go for that. I haven't eaten in 2 days.
With the porchetta, I can offer you a Tuscan red or a local wine from Loretz. Surprisingly, both pair with it almost equally well.
Loretz will do.
Agreed.
What does it matter, eh? As long as it flows.
It's not quite the same, but allied.
Wolf, don't you dare.
It's just a little drop. It won't do any harm, right?
Right. Enough talk of food and drink. Listo a mangiare, listo a lavorare. I have taken the liberty of sketching the core of the Gutenberg orologia mechanism, which might serve as a replacement for the broken one. What do you think of it, Master?
Put some effort in, Wolf.
I am bloody trying, Tifola. It makes sense, but it's needlessly complex. And these 2 cogwheels here have too few teeth. The whole thing will end up running slow.
Really? How do you know that?
Because I've seen the old mechanism, and I remember it well, all right? I haven't drunk my brain away yet.
I thought the gearing would be driven by the big wheel that's still in there.
That big wheel has 365 teeth exactly. I counted them. So if it's to run properly, these cogwheels have to be smaller. And there has to be 4 of them.
You think so?
This crankshaft here is also far too long. The cage is quite small, it wouldn't fit in, even sideways.
Interesting observations. What do you think, Henry?
Honestly, I'll leave it to you.
Not a bad start, really. You've got more than fluff in that Italian head of yours.
I'll take that as a compliment. I look forward to discussing it all in detail over a fine meal. De maestro a maestro. Now, if you'll excuse me for a moment, I'll go and have everything arranged. One thinks better on a full stomach.
Thank Christ. I'm so hungry I could eat a dog.
Master Wolf, you're starting to be a bit hard to understand.
This wine is so good.
It surely is, but many a time I've no idea what is going on in your head. We're talking about gearing, about the escapement. And then, what was that song supposed to mean?
What song?
The one you started humming. What does that have to do with fixing the clock?
Hunger, poverty, and plague. Na, 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 na.
Non vale la pena. The man is legless. He's put away 3 whole bottles.
To picture. 3 bottles and I'm pissed. Me? Moravian? What are you on about, you mangy Italian?
And now, he's insulting me in my own home? I can't work with someone like that.
Right back at you, Fuller.
I've had enough of you, Wolf. I'll bloody murder you. Simple as that. My pa should have done it, really, but his heart was too soft. So he just gave you a beating. Me? I'll drag you into the forge and have a real go at you. And when I say real go, I mean a real go. I swear I'll make sure you don't drop dead before I've broken every single bone in your fucking body. Twice.
Jesus Christ, no! Quiver! You're a lunatic!
So, let's get one thing clear. Master Wolf here's done drinking, and he'll do everything Master Fabricio asks of him. Got it?
Got it.
The master can sleep over there. We'll begin work on the escapement first thing tomorrow. I just fear, Henry, that it'll take a bit longer than planned, due to certain differences of opinion.
What can you do? You know what, Wolf? I've had enough of you. If you want, go and crawl back out onto the street and die there like the mangy cur you are. I don't care anymore.
And nor do I. You can all shove your fucking Italian clock. More for me.
He vomited and fell asleep on my floor.
Wolf! Have you no bloody shame, you animal? Is there still any chance you consider working with him?
Fabricio de Donde never gives up without a fight. I'll try locking him in the room next door. I'll wait for him to sober up and then we'll see how long he can keep it up. I fear, Henry, that it'll take a long while before we even get to work on the escapement.
Even so. Thank you. Thank you, but we'll just have plain water, if you've got any.
What? What am I, a frog?
Well, it is a curious choice, but de gustibus non est disputandum. Interesting. Really interesting. Looks like we've got a plan.
I'm honestly surprised I'm still this sharp.
But we'll need to stay properly focused. No unnecessary distractions.
What do you mean, sir?
I suggest you move into the room next door for the duration of our cooperation. I'll see to your meals.
Well, now that's an offer I'll gladly take.
Judging by what you've said, I think we can manage it together.
Well now, for an Italian, he's actually a fairly decent bloke.
I reckon, Henry, we'll be finished within a few days.
That's good news.
We'll meet at your forge to assemble all the parts and agree on the final repair.
All right. Best of luck.
Adio, Henry. Pray for us.
Just a little while and it'll be ticking again.
Gentlemen, are you done?
Why else would we be here, eh?
Everything's already laid out on the bench in the forge. Didn't you notice?
I haven't looked it over yet. So does that mean we can speak to the bailiff about the repair?
Well, not quite. We've had a bit of a mishap.
I told you it was too long. I just wanted to shorten it a tad, is all.
Wolf managed to break the escapement crankshaft.
What does that mean?
It means we don't have the crankshaft anymore without the proper crankshaft. Our mechanism is completely useless. Merda.
That means it's buggered.
Oh, Wolf, what the hell have you done now?
I meant well, damn it.
It doesn't matter now. Henry, there's no other way. You will have to help us. The crankshaft will need to be reforged according to the plans, which for you, as an experienced blacksmith, ought to be child's play.
Well, I've no idea what a crankshaft like that is even supposed to look like.
A crankshaft is basically a long, narrow rod. I've got the original one here that Wolf broke. You'll need it for reference. I'm no expert, but from a smithing standpoint, I don't reckon it's that different from forging a short blade.
The only thing is, you don't need to sharpen it.
The broken crankshaft is 4 inches too long, so forge a shorter one.
Otherwise, it won't fit in the mechanism.
All right, I'll get to it.
Once you're done, that will mean we have everything.
Come to us first, and then we'll be off to the bailiff.
The crankshaft's repaired, exactly to specifications. 4 inches shorter than the original.
Excellent. You're clearly a true master of your craft, Henry.
Well now, this will slot in as smooth as butter.
All in all, I reckon we are properly prepared now. Right, Master Wolf?
Well, it will still be a right handful. Like those Italians did to the mechanism. It's a disgrace. But I'll deal with it somehow.
You've got this, Wolf.
Too right I do. Like always.
What do we do next?
Well, we fix the clock. What else?
We must inform the bailiff. It would be better if you went alone first and made all the arrangements. We do not want to storm in like a herd. Me and Wolf here will go over a few, so nothing unexpected crops up.
Don't worry, Fabricio.
You do have a knack for losing your temper. Let us not go frightening the bailiff.
I won't. I'm completely calm. Like the Lamb of God, Tivola.
I hope so.
I bring good news, sir. We've got all the parts, and we're ready to start fixing the clock.
I had a feeling you were on the right track. I ran into Fabrizio yesterday, and he had good things to say about his new partner.
Glad to hear it.
You've done fine work, Master Henry. More than any of those so-called experts have in the past 30 years. Now, if you'll allow me, I'd like to lend a hand myself, at least symbolically in the name of the town. I'll have Fabrizio and that mechanic of yours sent for, and we'll move the necessary parts from your forge to the town hall. I trust you're all right with that.
Let's get to it.
Sit down here with us. I'll have some refreshments brought while I see to the arrangements.
Something wrong? Unsolvable problem. Fellows, I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. It cannot be done. You cannot unscrew this here. Or that, or that, or that. And if you want to unscrew that, well, first, you have to unscrew this. But then you can't get back to that!
Che cosa?
Don't get all wound up, Wolf. So to speak. We're getting there.
One trap after another. Yeah!
Come on. You've got this, Wolf.
Of course Wolf knows what to do. Right, Wolf?
All right, here we go. Jesus Maria Vola! This is nerve-wracking. Pizzo!
Think of the baths!
Sod the bath right now, Tivola! There's just no way to get in there. See? Everything's in the fucking way of everything else. Everything's in the fucking way. See, pizzo. It's all in the fucking way. I'll have to take the whole thing apart, fellas. Jezus Maria, to pizzi, kurwa, bozi pizza, kurwa, reshiriti do pizza. Oh, you can't get in there. You just can't get in. Because it's this thing, this fucking thing I need to tighten. The pizza. Fuck it, Pabricio. I unscrewed everything. It's all holding together somehow. This here should have loosened, Pabricio. This will be the death of me. I swear I'll shit myself, piss myself, curva. I can't do a fucking thing with this. Fellas, this is unbelievable.
Watch your tone. This isn't a tavern.
Wolf, you can do this.
What's this now? So this here's picture.
Wolf?
Give him time.
True. He has to finish this. If not, the counters will have my hide.
Right, everyone calm down. Yeah? I just need to...
Do you need any help?
Wolf, do you remember what to do? Just like we said.
Come on, loosen! Curva! But then it'll... Christ! Pizza! And those fucking cocottes! It's loose, and now it's fucked! I'll never tighten it again! I'll never tighten it again! Christ, our Father! This fucking machine! The pizza!
Who in God's name did you bring here?
Our one and only hope.
Just fix it, Wolf!
What the fuck do you think I'm doing? Oh, bitch!
I knew it would come to this. Va al diavolo.
This is fucking impossible! One fucking piece, and you have to take the whole fucking clock apart, pizza! How much is there, curva? Take the whole clock apart, pizza! And fucking Italians, curva!
Wolf.
If some Italian greets you, you tell him, wait a moment, fella. Grab a fucking iron crankshaft and whack him in the head. Kill the bastard on the spot, curva! A crankshaft like this strip right here. Carry it with you always and bash their skulls in the moment you see them. Kill the fucking whoresons!
Enough!
That's enough! We've heard enough!
Wolf, you're a pig and a brute!
What the fuck did you say, though, pizza? Want me to come over there? What? What's this? Well, fuck me.
What's going on?
Fellas, I really didn't expect this, but I think we've got it.
Really? You mean... you think...
It clicked into place, picture. It clicked, and it's no longer loose. Not here, not there. I think we can start it up, though, picture!
Cristo.
What's going on?
Looks like they're fiddling with the clock again. This will just turn into another fiasco.
Sucker, that lot is all we need.
Well, now, somebody wants to secure the bailiff's staff for another term. This will be interesting.
If he messes this up, I'll tear you all apart. All three of you. kill him. Let me go. I will kill him. Wolf, you drunken fool. You're done.
Calm down, do you hear? Easy.
Your name will be mud in this town, and I'll make sure of it. We'll drive you out of this town with a whip.
They said it wouldn't work. Kurva!
Hear ye, good people of Kuttenberg, your bailiff speaking. Craftsmen from all corners of the world, the renowned locksmith Wolf, the Italian inventor Fabricio, and the member of our Smiths Guild, Henry of Skalitz, have heeded your pleas and repaired our beautiful clock. Better times are on the way. Rejoice!
Hats off to you, Bruno. You really thought you'd fail?
Madonna, finalmente sono salvo. I have waited for this moment my whole life.
Good job, son.
Really good job.
Your dream came true, Pa. So, what do you think of the repair clock?
It was lovely to hear it chime again. You did a fine job, Henry. Your father would have been proud of you, and so would my Skoda. They would be glad their legacy did not go to waste.
What's with you and Stander, then?
What of it?
Well, I noticed you two have got a little... well, close.
You mean we sleep together?
You two sleep together?
Aye, and it's great with him. I'd never have thought that quiet lad would still want an old hag like me, and that he'd know how to show it. Properly. Not just think of himself. Why, just yesterday he came up behind me and...
Thanks, that's all I needed to hear. What matters is you're happy. What do you think about the repair clock?
I still can't believe you did it.
I couldn't have done it without you.
Oh, please. All I did was answer a few questions.
Oh, if you'd blown me off, the clock would never have gotten fixed. That's the truth. So no need to act humble.
I'm just surprised you managed to sort things out with Wolf, that crooked bastard.
You see? Even a crooked bastard can change his ways if you give him a chance. What about Magdalena?
What about her?
Oh, I noticed you've gotten, rather close as of late.
I wouldn't say things between us have changed much.
I definitely would.
Even so, it's a personal affair between two people, not three.
I get it. I was just asking. You probably heard. We did it. The clock's fixed.
Aye, I heard. I'm glad. Just don't go riding from town to town fixing clocks now. Casting those weights was boring as hell.
I'm not planning to go anywhere just yet.
Let's rather cast the biggest cannonball in the world instead.
Are you satisfied with our repair of the clock, Master Bailiff?
Well, If I'm honest, I did not believe it would work, as you probably noticed.
You were about to call the guards on us.
Are you surprised? The councillors were laughing in my face, and that scoundrel Wolf looked like he was completely confused. Aber gut, ich hätte mehr Vertrauen in deine Fähigkeiten haben sollen. Entschuldigung.
You really seem to enjoy the success with the clock. I think I deserve a little reward for that.
I did tell you beforehand. There is barely anything left in the coffers. We had an agreement. All right then. For managing to pull the whole thing off so nicely, you really do deserve something. But not a word to anyone. Otherwise, the Donny or Wolf might come asking me for the same thing.
What do you think of the repair, sir?
Meraviglioso. It is like a weight has been lifted from my heart. For years, people have kept reminding me of my past and my part in that fraud. Now, it is all behind me, and it is all thanks to you. Thank God I met you, Henry.
Bailiff Plumel took credit for our work, don't you think? He stole our glory.
Niente di nuovo sotto il sole. He is a politician. I did not expect anything else, to be honest. Still, we can take pride in a job well done. It will not buy us anything, but God sees it.
What will happen to Wolf now?
The clock needs daily upkeep, and I cannot think of anyone better suited to be the permanent horologist than him. At least the responsibility will keep him at a safe distance from the bottle. And he can stay at my place. That is fine by me. Believe it or not, I have actually grown fond of him. He may be a bit rough around the edges, but hey, nobody is perfect.
Thanks for everything, Wolf. Good job.
What a nightmare to Pizzo. I thought he was going to fuck me up.
But in the end, you didn't swear that much. Surprisingly.
Not that I couldn't, Tivola. Those Italian bastards really fucked it up. They ought to kiss Fabrizio's ass for fixing their bloody mess, curva.
What will you do now? I hope you're not heading back to the streets.
No way. Fabrizio said I can stay at his place as long as I like. He may be a pompous Italian git, but he's not a bad bloke deep down. And a smart fella. Someone needs to look after the clock, right? So it looks like I've got a steady job.
Glad to hear it.
It's all thanks to you. Curva. You changed my life, Henry. I'll never forget that, Piccio.
Don't mention it. Why did they call Martin Frisky?
Truth be told, I don't know. Master Skoda came up with it, and it just stuck. He probably called him that because Martin was always hopping around full of ideas and never hesitated to act on them, whatever sort of ideas they may have been. We weren't terribly close, what with the age difference. But Martin had a bright future ahead of him. That much was clear to everyone in the guild. He could have become one of us one day. But for whatever reason, he chose another path.
I'd like to know something about Martin.
Of course, ask away.
What was Martin like when he was young?
He was a well-mannered boy. I didn't know him outside the forge, but by all accounts he was quite a rascal. Word was, he never missed a chance for mischief. He was always betting on something. Even tried it on with my Skoda. He eventually talked him into a wager. I don't even remember what for. That he'd leap the brook down on Bach. He took a long pole and said he'd vault right over. It seemed like a clever idea, but the pole snapped in two, and poor Martin plunged straight into the water. Skoda called him Frisky from that day on.
How did you get along with Martin?
He was no trouble. Ate whatever I cooked, helped out now and then when it was needed. He was a bit like a son to me, really. Although he never wanted to talk about his family, where he was born, where he came from. No one could get it out of him.
How was he at the trade?
Better than good. He wasn't a complete beginner when he came. He'd trained under another master first. I can't recall where from. I think he brought a few sketches with him, which he showed Skoda, and the two of them tried to work something out. He wanted to become a swordsmith, and it showed. He really cared about mastering the craft. He spent a lot of time at it. My husband praised him for being able to think for himself from the very beginning. And he didn't hand out praise lightly, let me tell you that.
Why did he end up leaving Kuttenberg when things were going so well for him here?
If only I knew. One day he was still here, comforting me, saying everything would be all right. And the next day, he was gone. Didn't even take his things. I asked after him at the guild, but no one wanted to say anything. I often wondered if he'd got himself into trouble somehow. But I never did find out what it might have been. And I doubt we ever will.
I'd like to know more about your husband. How did he become a guild master?
Not long after our wedding, he passed the guild exam. He was even offered a choice of 2 forges. There were 2 vacant ones. One in town, in the merchant's quarter, where young Matthias is now, and this one. Everyone was surprised he chose this place, but we figured there'd be more space here. And we were right. People didn't mind walking outside the walls once they saw the big, fine smithy we built here. As our smithy prospered, Skoda's influence grew, not just in the guild. He even talked about standing for a seat on the council. But he didn't live to see it.
What happened after he died?
It's all a bit of a blur. I don't really remember that time too well. It all happened so quickly. He fell ill, took to bed, and 3 days later we were laying him out. Suddenly the smithy was full of people. The guildmasters arranged the funeral, the councillors came to offer condolences. The journeyman disappeared without a word. I went to my sister's for a time, and while I was away the roof caught fire. And the rest you know. I was left here all on my own.
Wait a moment. I wanted to ask you about Martin. Did you know him well? What did you get up to together?
Ha! Things that aren't polite to talk about, lad. Girls, taverns, all sorts of nonsense. Maybe I'll tell you sometime, once we get to know each other better.
Tell me something about Martin. You must have all sorts of stories.
I'm not much of a storyteller. You should ask Boris. He was always a bit of a blabbermouth.
Yes! The title goes to Henry of Skalitz.
You're one lucky fucker.
I'd like to learn a bit more about Martin.
Did you know he once bet the fly he could climb all the way to the top of the fountain in Vintners?
He definitely didn't boast of that to me.
And he actually did it. But when he got right to the top, he slipped and smacked straight down into the water on his back.
Jesus.
Just a bit to the side, and he'd have cracked his head on the rim of the fountain. You probably wouldn't be standing here today. He was soaked like a water sprite, and then had to walk back to Master Skoda's, right past all the upstanding townsfolk.
And all that just for a bet?
The guards stopped him 5 times on the way. They really didn't believe he just wanted a refreshing dip. And in December too. That was a pretty daft excuse.
You said you'd tell me more about Martin later.
Well, what would you like to know?
When did you last see him?
At Skoda's funeral. Half the town was there. Sadly, I didn't manage more than a few words with him. He said he had to think over what to do next. And that was it. He didn't even say goodbye after that.
Why didn't he stay in Kuttenberg?
That's the real mystery. But I'd say it probably had something to do with one of the old guild masters.
Did Martin have enemies in the guild?
You could put it that way. Poor old guildmaster Hollander. He couldn't stand Skoda, and he couldn't stand Martin either. I'd say he made sure Martin couldn't get hired anywhere in town. But that's just my guess.
Who was Guildmaster Hollander?
An armourer. Originally from somewhere near Antwerp, I think. I didn't know him well, but my master used to say he was a right pain in the arse.
What did he mean?
They say he couldn't bear being contradicted, and he'd never forget it. He regarded such people as enemies.
Did Martin cross him?
I don't know, maybe. But you're probably better off letting that be, Henry. Speak no ill of the dead.
Have you got another good story?
Once we went to a dance in Villani, and Martin took a shine to some girl there, a farmer's daughter. You know the type, straw in her hair, but because her pa owns the biggest fields, she acts like she's nobility. He asked her for a dance, and she turned him down. Said she wouldn't dance with a pauper. Most would have walked away, but Frisky wasn't like that.
What did he do?
He disappeared for a bit, said he was off to the privy, then came back and kept drinking like nothing had happened. And then, bang, the bailiff walks in and heads straight for Frisky. He bows right down and says, "My lord, you really shouldn't be wasting your time in a dive like this. What would your noble father say?" And Frisky says, "Get lost, you oaf, or I'll have you whipped. I'll do whatever I damn well please." The bailiff took off, and you could have heard a pin drop in that tavern. A moment later, they started bringing food to our table, plates of it, and beer too. That stuck-up little ninny ordered everything, just trying to get Frisky to notice her. But he didn't even glance her way.
Served her right.
We stuffed ourselves, got drunk as lords, and headed back to town with our pouches full of leftovers. We laughed all the way home.
How about another story?
In winter, we'd sometimes mess around on the frozen river branch behind the gallows. We'd bring some wineskins, light a fire, and just skate around for fun. And Frisky, always looking for something fun, found this bent stick and started batting a flat rock across the ice with it. Then he wanted to bet on who could hit the rock with the stick from a distance and land it between the bridge posts. You see what nonsense it was? I told him to get stuffed.
A bit like a little kid, was he?
That's right. But the fly really liked it. So he grabbed his own stick, they picked up some rocks, and they started a contest. Frisky won, of course. Even now, I still remember he hit the mark 68 times in a row. I have to admit, it was actually fun to watch. Shame the lads never did it again. Maybe it could have caught on here in the region as a local pastime.
Have you got another story?
Once, Skodder got into an argument with Hollander, and Martin took it a bit personally. He went up to the stream bank, found some rotting old crayfish someone had tossed out, and snuck into Hollander's house right up to his bed. He scattered them all over the bed, put a few under the blanket, under the pillow, then hid. He waited and waited. And that Dutch idiot actually laid down in it and cut up his back and arms.
Are you sure that's a good story?
Got no others, my friend. That was just before I saw Martin for the last time.
Does the name Master Hollander mean anything to you?
Well, in truth, I hoped I'd never hear that name again. He was one of the Smiths' guildmasters. I think he was from somewhere in Flanders. Skodder respected him at first, mostly for his skill, but I always found him unpleasant. Like I had a sense... Once, while Skodder was out of town, he came to me and tried it on with me. The brute.
What did you do?
What do you think? I slapped him so hard he fell to the ground. Then he ran off. He started scheming after that. Went after Skodder, in the guild, in the town council. Fighting off his intrigues was no easy matter. After Skodder died and the journeyman left, he tried to take over the smithy. He begged, pushed the guild, but I stood against it. Looking back, it wasn't long after that the roof caught fire.
You think he was behind it?
Well, I've got no proof, so I'd rather not dwell on it. They say, speak well of the dead. But in his case, Henry, it's better not to speak at all. God's mills ground him down for every one of his wicked deeds. He died a horrible death.
Did you know Master Hollander?
I saw him around. But I have to say, there was nothing good in his eyes. I never really crossed paths with him much. But Martin played a joke on him once, and Hollander paid him back for it, with interest. Spread some nasty rumours about him. I reckon he's long gone now. Thank God.
Who was Guildmaster Hollander?
That's a name I haven't heard in years. He was an armourer, a Fleming by birth, a very skilled craftsman. Few could match his work. His cuirasses were masterworks. Unfortunately, his temper left much to be desired. He couldn't stand being contradicted, not even over the smallest things. He became a councillor, supposedly through less than honest means. And he had ambitions for the bailiff's mace, too. That didn't work out in the end. He became bitter, and not long after, he suffered a stroke. Died a wreck of a man.